Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Mike 7. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
A play fake. Now Warner. That'll be caught by Hester. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. Operating from the gun, Warner. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Brings up second and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22.
Come on here, come get some. He don't want it. Delta.
Throwing again, Warner. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And that will do it for this first half. So we have come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
At the 27-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
80 weapon. 80 weapon. Watch the shot. Check. Ready.
This thrown quickly out to Jones. 7 yards there and a first down.
Here we go.
And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Squeeze. Get in there. He's coming. We got double up. Go on. Zoom, fellas, let's go. Slam. Flat.
Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Watch the slant. Shoot. Hard. Dog.
SOS.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. Here's Hester. The field flipper there, a 47-yard punt coupled with a loss on the return. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
At the 36-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Watch left. He's done with it. Let's go.
Here's Warner. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack there by Trent Murphy.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Mike 7. Watch the slant.
On third down, Warner going for the deep ball. He's got a man, complete. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Bears get a bit closer. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17.
Bears 17.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 28-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
H3, 218. Chopper. Wide. Get wide. Set, go.
They go to Johnson again. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4. I'm coming after you. Echo. Coming after you.
He'll drop to throw. It's caught. Jones. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
54,
And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Right there.
He'll look to throw. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 4th down. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Trace don't travel. Trace don't travel.
No. Off. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Out.
Fan.
Protect safety.
Ready, go.
They run. It's Johnson. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Check. Crunch.
See it.
Alert flare. Under 10. 10.
You're out. Switch. Flat.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And an alley to run. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. It's a gain of 35. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've got an answer for it.
Johnson. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And he keeps carrying the ball into the end zone. And in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Yeah, they string that play out nicely. He's stopped before he can turn upfield. No gain, second down. Again, it's Johnson. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Complete. It's Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Marquise Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time, 1 play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Warner. Flushed out right, and incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
7, Mike 7. Watch the pass. 7's a Mike. Mike 7. Got it.
From the gun, Warner. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Dante Jackson picks it. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Will Fuller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's going to get taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Will Fuller with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. The 21st pick back in the 2016 draft, Will Fuller, and we know that he can take the top off of a defense.
He certainly can, and the way that he does it is just straight, pure speed. And I saw with one of the better defensive coordinators in the league, and I said, how do you defend that? And he said, at times, you absolutely don't. If the quarterback gets time and he heaves it downfield, Will Fuller's going to outrun any coverage you put out there.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. Well, you don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clear.
It's caught inside the 25. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 57 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Warner. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious, so you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And this is picked up by the Bears.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
Ready, break. You're not ready. You're not ready. Set, go.
Following the fumble recovery, Warner. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First down.
It'll be Warner on first down. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Gano now to add the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Topper.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, watch the slant. Kill. You're out. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Smoke.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking downfield for Jones. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He completes it to Jones. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Delta.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
He'll look to throw. Caught by Jones. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. This quarterback now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10.
Mike 54. It's coming this way. Here we go.
Hustle.
They're going to look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Vikings, a final win here means